Okay. I have to do this. We'll see. Hey, I'm gonna wait till people sign in. Some fucking crazy shit just happened to us right now. I've been crying. I have to tell you guys. So fuck. So we're in Hawaii. We're even fucking talk. So I'm in Hawaii right now. And the craziest fucking shit happened to us tonight. We're staying in Kihei, and we drove to Lahaina tonight to watch the sunset and to celebrate the release of Don't You Know. So we went over there, had dinner, everything was super beautiful, having the night of our lives. And at the end of the night, we go into our cool-ass green Jeep in a public parking lot. We're the only people around. It's, like, pretty dark. We get into our Jeep. We're getting directions home. And, like...
Raquel's driving.
I'm driving. And we turn the car on. We're, like, about to go. I'm putting directions into my phone. And all of a sudden, this lady who looks like the mother of Making a Murderer in that show, Making a Murderer. She looks like the mom in that show. She just zooms up right next to us, and she doesn't say anything. She just looks at us like... And I'm like, what the fuck is this lady doing? Like, for a second I thought maybe she's parking. But then I drove off. I'm, like, getting out of the parking lot, and she starts to follow us, and I asked Sam, like, is this lady following us? Is she fucking following us right now, dude?
You called it. You were like, oh, is this bitch is following me right now.
And we're only probably 10, 20 feet from where we originally started, and we pull out of the parking lot, drive down the street, and she's on my fucking ass. Like, she's just on my ass. And I'm like, okay, maybe she was mad about something. Like, I don't know what the fuck we did, but maybe she's mad at us for something we accidentally did. Like, we're so clueless right now. We're not even drunk. We're not fucking... We have an early morning tomorrow. We're trying to go to bed early. And she gets on the highway with us and starts tailing me a foot behind our fucking rental Jeep. Our dope-ass green rental Jeep. She's tailing us. And we're both just like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? And then she gets on the side of us on the fucking shoulder. She's on the shoulder of the highway. And she tries to, like, swerve into us. And then she gets back behind us. And then she turns off her lights. Mind you, we're in fucking Hawaii. There are no street lights anywhere. Like, it's just, you count on your own headlights for any kind of lighting around. And she turns off her lights, and she's behind us, like, literally this fucking close to our car. And we're like, where is she? We can't see her. Where is she? And this shit went on for 30 miles.
Well, you forgot to say the part where she, like, actually passed us, got in front of us. We came to, like, a complete stop. And
on a highway.
And she started reversing, and... we thought she was going to hit the car, so Raquel just, like, took off and went around her. And then for the next, like, 20, 30 miles or whatever, I called 911, and we're trying to, like, get them to send cops and whatever. And we're just, like, out in the middle of nowhere. And, like, the call drops with... Well, before that... they thought we were on a road that was a dead end. So.
It was so the officer on the phone, we're trying to tell her, like, we're on this road, and she's like, that road comes to an end. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, this woman is gonna catch up to us at a dead end and fucking murder us? What the fuck? And Sam was like, no, I don't think we're on that road. I think we're good. And she's like, no, that road comes to an end. And I'm over here driving and shaking while the fucking lady's on our ass. And I'm like, this motherfucking road better not come to an end. And I asked Sam, like, should I stop and turn around? Should I turn around real quick? And he's like, no, just keep going. And then, like, maybe 10 minutes goes by, and she's just on our fucking ass. And we're on the phone with the cops the whole time. Like, there's a woman trying to guide us to what to do and tell us where to go. And she's trying to get these cops dispatched to where we are. But then the second scary thing that she said is, like, unfortunately, the area that you're in is not patrolled. And so you're just going to have to keep me updated. And so we're, like, driving a couple more minutes. And Sam was like, okay, we're at marker 9. Silence. Okay, ma'am, we're at marker 8. Are you still there? Lost service with the cops. Like, we're just like, oh my God, we fucking lost the cops. So we're trying to call 911 back, and it's a different person, so we have to re-explain what's going on. And meanwhile, this lady is, like, again turning off her fucking lights and just on the side of me, trying to just swerve and sideswipe us. And then, thank the fucking Lord or universe that there was another car that was just, like, kind of fucking confused but needed to get where they needed to go. So they got behind us, and the lady got stuck behind them. And so we're driving, and for 20 to 30 miles this was going on. We were probably driving for 40 minutes trying to figure out how to fucking get away from this woman. And then the cops on the phone were like, okay, you guys are coming up to a section. There are 2 officers waiting. What I need you guys to do is turn your head or your blinkers on and just keep them on so they know it's you. And they'll be waiting for you guys when you get out of the tunnel. Is the lady still following you? I'm like, yeah, she's still following us. She's stuck behind the person behind us, and now she's tailing them. She's trying to pass cars and do all this crazy shit. And
then she got behind us again. Right as we turned...
It turned into a 2-lane highway.
Yeah, right as, like, we were about to turn right, and then we saw, like, 2 or 3 cops that were just, like, waiting there.
They immediately followed her, and then there was another cop.
She also put on her hazard lights.
Oh, totally. She, like, she copied exactly what we were doing.
It made it easy for the cops to get her.
But they, like, started to pull her over, and she thought maybe they're pulling us over. And she didn't stop right away. Like, she turned the corner, was still following us, and then we saw another cop, and we were, like, honking at that cop, like, yo, it's this bitch, fucking get her. And they pulled her over, and, like, this all was probably 30-something minutes. Like, I was fucking shaking the whole goddamn time I was driving. Meanwhile, all these fucking terrible scenarios are going through my mind, thinking we're gonna fucking die or fall off the cliff or drive off the cliff, or I don't fucking know.
She handled it like a boss.
But
she couldn't have handled it any better.
Oh my God. But then we, like, get back to our Airbnb, and I'm thinking, like, this bitch knows where we're staying. She was following us all night. There's a fucking tracker on our car. She was tracking me. Like, she knows where we are. Like, I'm not safe here tonight.
What did you say at dinner, though? That's fucking weird.
What? Oh, yeah. And at fucking dinner, I swear I just randomly had this thought. I'm like, dude, what if someone's, like, watching us right now? Where do you think that they would be sitting to watch us, to, like, spy on us?
Dude, that's so
and, like, I never say shit like that. But then this all happened, and I'm thinking, like, of course I would say some shit like that, and then something like this would happen, and now I just think she's, like, about to break in through this fucking window or climb through this fucking door. I don't know. But it terrified us, and...
No, she's...
We, like...
in jail.
We called the cops after, because, like, they pulled her over, and we're like, okay, now what the fuck is gonna happen? And the cops were like, okay, we'll keep you guys updated. Just keep your line open. And so, like, 20 minutes goes by, and we get back to our spot. We're like, dude, I'm, like, I don't feel safe. Like, I'm fucking terrified still. And so Sam called them back, and they were like, okay, the officers are dealing with her right now still. Would you like them to call you back? And he said, yeah. And they called him back just a few minutes later, and the officer who dealt with her that pulled her over was just like, hey, so... Basically, the deal is that she's very mentally unstable. She's either schizophrenic or bipolar, and she's having an episode. And when we pulled her over, she was flipping us off, cussing us out. She was, like, trying to hit us or whatever. And then all of a sudden, she's putting her head on her shoulders and super happy and laughing and, like, just absolutely mentally unstable. And it's really fucking sad if you think about it. And
she didn't have a license or insurance,
no license,
registration or anything like that. So they detained her, and she's waiting to get a ride back to wherever she lives, probably.
They're waiting for a friend or somebody to pick her up because she's got no license. She shouldn't be driving anyway. And, like, we told the officer, like, yeah, man, we were just fucking scared that she had a weapon maybe. And he's like, yeah, she was, like, 5'3", 120 pounds. You guys probably could have, like, beat her up. And I'm like, her fucking car was a weapon, though. Like, she was driving like a psycho person. Like, she has no business not being detained. Like, y'all motherfuckers better get her. I know that she's having an episode, but, like, she needs help. She needs someone to fucking help her. And I'm glad the officers weren't, like, fucking assholes about it. But this is why America needs a better health system for the people who are mentally unstable, because it's not only unsafe for them and their lives, but it's unsafe for people like us who are on fucking vacation trying to enjoy ourselves and release singles, and all of a sudden we're trying to be driven off the road. Like, what the fuck,
like,
man?
These people who are just trying to release singles out there, you know? We're just...
we were gonna go to sleep at 9:30 tonight. It's 11:30 now because both of our hearts are racing like motherfuckers, and we're 2 gin and tonics deep, and we're fucking
can't sleep.
We're too fucking wired to sleep.
Don't
like,
sleep. Don't
I
sleep.
know. Anyway, I feel bad for the woman. She was mentally unstable, but, like, I also am super grateful that nothing happened to us. It was, like, I kid you not, it was fucking 30 minutes of this. And the whole time, my whole body just has vibrato. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm fucking scared.
Oh my God.
Oh, man. Anyway, I hope you like Don't You Know. This is all just a fucking media scam to get you to listen to the song.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, yeah, that's the end of the story. Just had to fucking tell someone. All right, aloha.
Mahalo.